Alright, so we are doing the back of the practice sheet. Marley just told me that she was tired of me being still when I'm thinking, so should I start doing the glitch or something? Anyways, on to number 8. Write a rule for a sequence. What I notice is that I move from term to term, then I'm adding 6. And because I'm adding, I associate the word adding with the word arithmetic, because that's what arithmetic is. Arithmetic is adding or subtracting. Keyword arithmetic. The arithmetic sequence says that the nth term, a sub n, is the first term plus n minus 1 times the common difference d. So I just plug some crap in. I'll be done with this thing. There's a sub 1 and there's d. So the next term, a sub n, must be the first term, negative 5, plus n minus 1 times the difference of 6. Hopefully most of you guys get this on the next quiz. I sincerely mean that. They're not hard, you just have to know a form to do it. And then we clean this thing up. The reason I actually teach this is because these are lines. This is equations of lines. You could actually do point slope form if you wanted to. Sounds weird, huh? Maybe I'll show that. It's kind of just a little interesting thing. But we would do 6n minus 11. Now, I did just mention something. I called it point slope form. This only works if it's arithmetic, but you could say this is the first term, that's the second term, and you would have the ordered pair 1, negative 5, and the ordered pair 2, negative 1. You could find your slope, which ends up being 6, and then you could use point slope form. All right, so think about that. Or don't. Whatever, doesn't matter. But this is actually point slope form. Seems silly, doesn't it? This is actually y equals y1 plus x minus x1 times the slope. If that throws you off, just pretend I said nothing. It's just a line. Given the sequence a sub n is 3n minus 6, find the sum of the 9th through 17th terms. So Mr. Goss came up with this when he was in middle school, 3rd or 4th grade. The sum of n terms is n over 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n, where this is the first term of interest, and this is the last of interest. All right, so I actually have to figure out a couple of things. I have to figure out what is n. This is n, so I'm just going to count. I'm going to start at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, sorry, I'm supposed to count at 9 here. It's a long day. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 9 fingers. I don't know if you can see that or not. The ring finger doesn't want to go straight. 9 fingers. Now, if you don't want to count with your fingers, you do 17 minus 9 and you add 1 back. That's how you do it. And it's 9. There's 9 terms. The first term is actually going to be the 9th term. I find that by letting n be 9. That's 3 times a 9, take away a 6. That's 27, take away a 6, which is 21. And the last term I care about is a 17. So I got to do 3 times a 17, take away a 6. 3 times 17 is, here I go being still, I guess, is 51. If I take away 6, I'd be at 45. I just plug everything into this little thing right here. The sum of 9 things is 9 over 2 times the sum of 21 plus 45. Those are 2 odd numbers. If you add 2 odd numbers together, you'll get an even number. It's easy to take half of an even number. 21 and 45 make 66. Sounds reasonable. Half of 66 is 33. And 33 times 9, what I do is I think about 30 plus 3, it's 270 plus 27. So 297. You guys probably checked me at the calculator. Maybe I made a mistake, maybe I didn't. I don't really care. I'm not the one getting graded for this, you are. So if I make a mistake, find it. This is the same question that was on your last quiz. I just didn't feel like changing it. It'll be a different one, obviously, when you take your quiz Monday. Oh, it is Monday. I'm going to triple the top, and I'm going to double the bottom. If I triple the top, I'll have 6x minus 12y equal to 36. And if I double the bottom, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to multiply the bottom by -2. A lot of you guys messed up on the last quiz because you aren't subtracting properly. You're just paying attention to whatever the signs are and going with it. Anyway, it's -20. So if you multiply by a negative, you get to use addition instead of subtraction, and you'll make fewer mistakes with addition. There are no x's. There's a -16y, and 36 plus a -20 is 16, and my y value is -1. Now that I have y, I plug it in and I get x. So twice an x minus 4 times a -1 must be 12. I'm looking at that line right there. That's twice an x plus 4 is 12. Twice an x is 8. And my x value is 4. So I have this ordered pair of 4, -1. 11 is using the graph. I'd have to look and see how many times we've done this same exact graph, but by now the entire class ought to be getting it, but we're not there. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's such an easy skill. So find the average rate of change over the interval from -4 to 0. So when x is -4, this is where you are. When x is 0, this is where you are. I want to know the slope of this line. Okay? I fall from 5 to -7. I fall from 5 to -7. I fell 12 units. All right? I run from -4 to 0. That means I run 4. I simplify the fraction. My average rate of change is -3. It's not a hard skill. It's really not. I don't know why they make such a big deal of it at this point in time, but it's kind of a big deal in Algebra 2. I know why they do it. I don't know why y'all don't get it. Here's the bonus section, which is what a lot of y'all don't like to do. You guys ask for, like, can I get extra credit by doing IXL to 100? No. This is where you get your extra credit from. Right here. Do these questions. In fact, these aren't even that old. This is what you're doing in class right now. Cover-up technique. 2x squared is 0, or 3x minus 1/14 is 0. If 2x squared is 0, if you got to go the long route, you divide by 2. X squared is now 0. You take the square root. X is plus or minus the root of 0, which is 0. All right. This one right here, I know some of you guys don't seem to want to do math the way I teach you. You are dividing by 3. Division happens in the denominator. You already had a denominator. Throw the 3 in there. 3 times 14 is going to be a 42nd. So there's your two answers. Solve by factoring 63x squared minus 17x minus 10. I think I'm going to use 9x and 3x. 9x and 7x. And to get to a 10, I feel like a 5 and a 2. You feel like a 5 and a 2? I feel like a 5 and a 2. That's what I feel like. That's going to make 35, and that's going to make 18. And last I checked, a positive 18 minus a 35 was a -17. So plus, minus. And sorry, you couldn't see me draw on the bottom of that. There you go. That's it factored. Now, it still said equal to 0. I use the cover-up technique. I'll use my middle finger here. 9x minus 5 is 0. Or 7x plus 2 is 0. So if 9x minus 5 is 0, x has got to be 5/9, right? Obviously. Add 5, divide by 9. And this one will have to be -2/7. There's your two x values. Obviously. All right, bonus number 3, we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugate. The conjugate of 8 minus 3i is 8 plus 3i. We are going to have to do a lot of foiling. There's no getting around that. That's 56 up top plus 21i minus 16i minus 6i squared. Down low, the only two that matter is that one and that one. And I'm just going to save my time. 8 times 8 is 64. Negative 3i times positive 3i is minus 9i squared. All right. Now, what do you know about I squared? You know it's negative 1. So instead of having negative 6i squared, we have plus 6, because negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. Instead of having negative 9i squared, we have plus 9. Combine like terms. 56 and 6 makes 62. 21 minus 16 makes plus 5i. And 64 and 9 makes 73. Now you break it apart. You're supposed to be writing in the form a plus bi. So I'd have 62 73rds plus 5i 73rds. I don't feel like those simplify. No, they don't. So we're done with it. Here's something that'll aggravate you. I'll just show you this right now. You know you don't get to use a calculator on these, but watch this. That was 7 minus 2i. I think it's my 7th commandment in math. Always wrap 2 or more things. Maybe it's my 9th commandment. I don't even know my own commandments. Divided by 8 minus 3i. I had some crazy looking decimal, right? Hit the math key. Answer frac. I was right. 62 73rds plus 5 73rds of I. Don't you wish you could use that on a quiz? Don't you?